Yeah, in the previous class, in the previous thing, we have discussed till uh, the fundamental basics of MATLAB, where we completely enter the data in the form of matrices. Coming to the flow structure, so the similar pattern of flow control statements are available in both C and MATLAB. So we have in C the if statement, fine. We have in C the for looping, while loop, do while loop, switch statement. So whichever it is there in C is already available in MATLAB also. Only thing is the syntax is different. If you understand the syntax properly, and you can write the logic. Okay. What is the syntax of if in the MATLAB is just look at if, open the parenthesis, write the condition, close the parenthesis, and you write whatever the commands which is suitable for the decision which you are asking here or the testing which you are asking here. And then if it is going to be failed, then it will loop enter into the else if condition. So it will check the condition in the else if statement. Then accordingly it will do whatever the statement we have written according to the condition we have given here. Accordingly else, or we will close. So this is syntax of if in the MATLAB programming. If, open curly, normal parenthesis, write the condition which you want to test, and consequently write the command suitable to this condition. And if the condition fails for the if, it will go to the else if. So else if, again the condition you can check, write the commands, and then write else. If everything fails, it will go into else statement and then it will end. So if you look carefully, the difference between if statement in MATLAB and C, just look at the difference between if statement syntax in MATLAB and C. Let's go back to your C programming. This is the syntax we followed for C in C language. Is it not? If, condition, statements, and then else. If it is going to fail, it will go to the else statement. Condition will be checked, and then it will go to else, and then it will close. Okay. Recollect back in C programming how we write the if statement. If, open the normal parenthesis, write the condition. If the condition is satisfied, it will execute the statements which you have written in this condition statements only. If the condition is going to be failed, then the loop will come out and the loop will go to the else if statement. Then again the condition will be checked here. And again, if the condition is true here, the statements written in this segment only will be worked. Otherwise, it will go to the else. This is what we understood from the if statement in the C. Now, in the if statement, if you clearly observe, when you write if statement, you always start with the opening brace, and always it will be closed with a closing brace. So in the C language, there will be always an opening brace, and whenever it is closed, we use the closing brace. But that is not here in MATLAB. There won't be any opening, there won't be any closing. There won't be any opening brace, there won't be any closing brace. Differences I am talking about. And now, look at clearly the else if statement. If the condition fail in if, it will go to else if condition. Now check out the else if condition in C and in MATLAB. In else if, in C, there is a space here, but in MATLAB there is no space. Should be very clear in distinguishing the syntax in C and MATLAB. There is a space in C language. There is no space in MATLAB. Fine. One more difference. Always in if statement, there will be an opening, there will be closing. In MATLAB, there won't be any opening, closing, but there will be always end statement. Clear? Rest of the things are similar because whatever the logic you apply, whatever the condition you test, everything will be same. Only difference is there won't be any closing, there won't be any opening. There is a space in C, there won't be space in MATLAB. There is an AND statement E and D, there won't be AND statement there. Clear? Syntax is clear, the differences. Just look at the differences. For simple program, I have written C code and MATLAB code. For C code, always there will be opening closing, which I discussed. And rest of the logic is similar. I am using conditional operator or whichever maybe the operators I am using here. That will be similar in MATLAB and C. Only the difference is opening and closing. Okay. And if there is an else, there is a space. There won't be any space. There will not be any end statement. There will be an end statement. That's all. Here. Now how to write a program for largest of three numbers. You be given three numbers to you, and among the three numbers, I want to write a program for finding the largest among the three given numbers. What are maybe the three numbers to you? If I give three numbers to you, which is the largest among the three? That's what I want the program. What do I write? See, for example, simple logic. If the three numbers are given to you, close the door, last girl. Be in time. When I said 8:30, be in 8:30. Okay? Cannot come whichever time you want. Otherwise, don't come to the class. Sit. So if I given three numbers to you, and if I want to test the largest among the three numbers, what is the program logic? See what I do, I just start with one number, any one number. What I do with that number, I want to test whether this is larger than this and this. If this number is larger than this, then this will be the largest. Is it not? So among the three, I select anyone. For example, if I select this, I test with this, I test with this. If this is larger than these two, then this will be the largest. Simple logic. Among the three numbers A, B, and C, I am testing A greater than B and A greater than C. And among the three, for example, A, B, C. A, B, C. So what I written the logic there? If A is greater than B, so that means I am testing A with B. And A is greater than C. Is it not? I am testing A with both B and both C. If A is greater than B as well as, that means and A is greater than C, that A will be the largest. Very simple. So I will print A is the largest. For example, if this condition is failed, let us assume whatever I thought of checking is failed. That means what? I am testing first of all A with B as well as A with C. If A is greater than B as well as A is greater than C, then A will be the largest. True. Very simple. Let us say this is failed. Failed in the sense, in what way it can be failed? It may fail with A with B or it may fail with A with C. ఏది ఫెయిల్ అయినా ఫెయిల్ అయినట్లే కదా. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఏని బీతో కంపేర్ చేస్తే, ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఏ ఈ స్మాల్ అనుకోండి, కండిషన్ ఫెయిల్ అయిపోయినట్లే కదా. లేదా ఏ సితో కంపేర్ చేసినప్పుడు ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఏ స్మాల్ అనుకోండి, కండిషన్ ఫెయిల్ అయిపోయినట్లే. అంటే అర్థం ఏంటి? ఫస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఆల్ కండిషన్ ఎలా ఫెయిల్ అయినా ఏ ఫెయిల్ అయిపోయింది, సో ఏని పక్కన పెట్టేయండి, ఇంక మిగిలింది ఏంటి? సో ఈ రెండిట్లో ఏదో లాచ్ అయ్యి ఉండాలి కదా. ఇది ఎప్పుడు ఫెయిల్ అయిపోయిందో దీన్ని నేను రెండింటితో టెస్ట్ చేసినప్పుడు ఫెయిల్ అని వచ్చింది, అంటే ఈ కండిషన్ ఫెయిల్ అయింది. ఈ కండిషన్ ఫెయిల్ అవగానే ఎల్స్లోకి వెళ్ళిపోతుంది. control will automatically go to else if. So control will not be here because the condition is failed. If the condition is true, the control will come out to the execute the statements which have written in that part, in that segment. But the condition is failed means automatically the control will come here. Then what is the meaning if the condition is failed? It is control coming means what? A is not largest, so skip the A. Then rest of the two numbers are available. Now among the two, something will be larger rather than compared to other. So I left with only B and C. So what I do, I just test with B and C only. If B is larger, I'll print B. Otherwise, C is larger, I'll print C. Is it not? So that's what I written. Did you understood? So if B is larger, it will be printed B. If the condition is failed, if it's true. If this condition is failed means what? C is larger. So it will come over here and print C as the largest. Understood the logic? Understood the logic? Finding the largest among the three numbers, very simple. If three numbers are given, start with any number, test with the remaining two. If this number is greater than both the numbers, then this will be the largest. If it is failed, that means skip this number, remaining two only are existing. Then compare these two only. Compare these two only. Something there will be between these two only because one is skipped in the first section. Now compare only B and C. If B is larger, print B. If this is failed, else if is failed, comes to the else control. Control will print the C. So now see the syntax. I didn't use any curly braces. I didn't use any space between else and if. I just showed this program to explain the syntax. The syntax says there should not be any space between else and if statement. The syntax says there should not be any curly braces opening and closing. So I have not used it. I have used only the relational operators to check whether a given number is largest among the three. Clear? Now, in the similar sense, let us talk about for looping. What is syntax in for? What is syntax in for? Initialization section, testing section, increment section. If you remember in C, this is called initialization section. This is called testing section. This is called increment section. So syntax in C language for loop is for open a brace, write initialization, put semicolon, write testing conditions, testing section, put semicolon, write increment which you want, and close the loop. And write start with the opening brace and then closing brace, and accordingly write the executable statements which you want for this loop. You will write it there. This is what you know syntax for C for loop. So let's check with the MATLAB. For initial colon increment colon limit. This is what the syntax in MATLAB. We won't use semicolons. We use colons. For index is equal to initial, increment, and then limit. The same thing. What is the meaning of this here? I starts from 1. I increment by 3 because I plus 3 means I equal to I plus 3. Is it not? What do you mean by I plus 3? I is equal to I plus 3. That means increment by 3. And then I should go till 11. I less than 11 means till 11. So start from 1, go till 11 by increment by 3. That's what meaning of the statement, is it not? That means what? For I equal to 1, it will enter. Because condition is true. Condition is true or not? 1 is less than 11, true. Fine. Then it executes something whatever written. Then I will be incremented. What is the next I value? 4. 4 is also less than 11 because I is now 4. 4 is also less than 11. That is true. Again it will go execute the statements. and then again control compacts, again I plus 3, that means it will be 7. 7 less than 11, again true, it will execute the statements, and then I incremented by 3 again, that means 11. 11 less than 11, 7 plus 3 10, so 10 less than 11 true, executed, again I incremented by 3, becomes 13, fail, so comes out of the loop. That's what the meaning here. Now come back here. I equal to 1 colon 3 colon 11. Already I told you the importance of colon. What is I 1 colon 3 colon 11? I told if only one column is used, that is called incrementing by 1. If two columns are used in the number given, that means this will be incremented. That's what I told you. You remember? If one column is used, it will be incremented by default 1. If two columns are used and some number is inserted between the two columns, that number is added. So that means 1, next 3 is added means 4, next 3 is added means 7, next 3 is added means 10, next 3 is added means 13, because out of limit, so it won't be considered. So 1, 4, 7, 10, 13, 13 will not be considered. So 10, that means 4. 4 numbers have come for I. That means I becomes 4 numbers, means it will be run for 4 times. This loop will be executed for 4 times. And what are the statements you return, it will be executed. The same logic is same. Only thing is syntax is different. So what is the syntax difference? There won't be any opening closing. Any opening closing. There will be a difference of syntax terminology in this part and in this part. And there will be an end statement there. There won't be an end statement in C. Clear? See, it's nothing bigger to learn MATLAB. Only thing is, you just digest the logical sequences. If a program is given, how I should understand clearly and how should I attempt in a logical sense, that will be very easy. Syntax, how much time it will take to understand? 2 times if you write on a paper, your syntax will be learned. But logic you have to develop, because number of problems will be varied. You have to open your minds to get the new logics. Syntax will be, now what is the syntax, after 100 years also syntax will be similar. How much it will time to take to digest the syntax? Hardly 5 to 10 minutes. If you write 2 times the syntax of for I equal to 1 colon 3 colon 11, it will be memorized. But logic cannot be memorized. Logic you have to sense it. Depending on the problem given, you have to sense the logic, you have to get through the idea, and you have to write the code. Okay, we'll check it. Can you write? I asked a program to print 1 to 100 numbers. I want to print 1 to 100 numbers on the monitor. What you do if the same thing asked in C program? If the same question is asked in C program, what you do? No, first understand the essence of the problem. What is the problem? You want to print? You want to just print 1 to 100 numbers. What are 1 to 100 numbers? 1, the next number will be 2, next number will be 3, next number will be 4, till 100. That means you know the number sequence. Now what is the logic in the number sequence? Increment by 1. Increment by 1, is it not increment 1? 1, next number 2, how it come 2? Because 1 is added to the previous number. Is it not? Simple logic. Logic you have to understand. Printing 1 to 100 numbers means how the numbers have come. You should understand the logic. Because from the born childhood, we know the numbers as 1, 2, 3, 4. But how it has should come, we should glance it. The number 3 has come just besides of 2. That means 1 is added to 2, then only 3 has come. So that is the logic. That means what? How should I write a program now? If I know the first number is something, the next number will be incremented by 1. Now that I understood now. Now what is the next sense I have to get? Now if I know the logic, what flow structure I have to use to print? Because there are so many flow structures are available. For looping you can use, while looping you can use, do while you can use, whichever the flow control you can use it. For example, if I use for, if I want to use for, I want to print 1 to 100 numbers. So what is the logic I will write for using for this one? I start with 1, that means I equal to 1. I increment by 1. I'll go till 100. And I use simple printf statement to print that number over my program. Is it not? So what is the logic I have written? I just written a logic. Incrementing is there by 1. So I start with the number 1, increment by 1, write till 100 because I want to print only 100 numbers. Is it not the logic? See, I used only one single colon. You know the meaning of single colon? Only one single colon means default increment by 1. That means 1. Next increment by 1 means 2. Next increment by 1 means 3. That means I will go 1, 2, 3, 4 till 100 times this execution. That means what? For I equal to 1, it will enter. What is the statement I have written? Printf statement of that I. Because I is 1, it will print at 1. So again it will come. Now I is 2 because default increment by 1 because I written only one single column. So again I equal to 2 it will go and print that I value. That means I is 2, so it is printed 2, 3, 4 till 100. If I crosses 100, this is breaking because I have written only I equal to 1 colon 100. If it is beyond 100, this one will not work. It will not flow the control to the next executable statements. Now what is this slash t? This tab space 1. I am just giving a tab space 2. I am just giving a space tab 3 space 4 space 5. That means I am printing the numbers in the horizontal fashion with giving some space. Is it clear? I use it format called percentage %G, general format, general floating point format. You can use %D also, %F also, %E also, whichever format you want. I already told the formats. Understood the logic? Understood the logic? Very simple. Let's say same 1 to 100 numbers I want to print one by one vertically. What I do? I want to print 1 to 100 numbers vertically, not horizontal. So I just go by replacing this person slash t by slash n. Next line. So 1 will be printed, cursor will go to the next line. 2 will be printed, cursor will go to the next line. Next line, next line, next line. So instead of printing the numbers in horizontal fashion, I am printing the numbers in the vertical fashion. Clear? Understood? Now if I ask a question for writing the MATLAB program to print 1 to 100 even numbers, how you change? In between 1 to 100 only even numbers I want to print on the monitor. I just want to print even numbers from 1 to 100. What is the logic? బ్లాక్ టీ షర్ట్ కూర్చొని చెప్పు. లోహిత ఏం పేరు నీది? లాకీర్. లాజిక్ ఏంటి? టూ జీరో సెమికోలన్ కాదు, కోలన్. సెమికోలన్ అంటే డాట్ పెట్టి కామ వస్తుంది, కోలన్ వాడాలి. జీరో. ఓకే, ఒక్క నిమిషం. ఆ అబ్బాయి చేసింది నువ్వు చేసిన తప్పు నీకే తెలియాలి. 0:2:100 అన్నాడు అబ్బాయి. 0:2:100 అన్నాడు. అంటే 0 నుంచి స్టార్ట్ అవ్వాలి, 100 దాకా వెళ్ళాలి, మధ్యలో 2 పెట్టారంటే 2 ఇంక్రిమెంట్ అవుతూ రావాలి. క్లియర్? అంటే ఫస్ట్ ఏమవుతుంది, 0కి లోపలికి వెళ్ళాలి. లోపలికి వెళ్ళి ఏం ప్రింట్ చేస్తుంది? 0 ప్రింట్ చేస్తుంది. 0 ఈవెన్ నెంబరా? ఆ అబ్బాయిని ఆన్సర్ చేయండి. 0 ఈవెన్ నెంబరా? మరి లూపింగ్ 0 నుంచి ఎందుకు రాసావు? ఆలోచించు. లాజికల్గా 2 ఇంక్రిమెంట్ చేయాలని మైండ్కి వచ్చింది, ఎందుకంటే నేను ఈవెన్ నెంబర్ అన్నాను కాబట్టి. వెరీ గుడ్ థాట్. బట్ 0 నుంచి స్టార్ట్ చేశాడు. మరి 0 ఈవెన్ నెంబరా? ఫస్ట్ ఈవెన్ నెంబర్ ఏంటి? సో 2 నుంచి స్టార్ట్ చేస్తే అయిపోయింది కదా లెక్క. సో 2:, so first 2 will be printed, next 2 will be incremented, 4 will be printed, next 2 will be incremented. Yes, any doubt? Any doubt now? Now if you want to print odd numbers, what is the program logic? ఫస్ట్ అమ్మాయి కూర్చొని చెప్పు. ఆడ్ నంబర్స్ ప్రింట్ చేయాలని 1 నుంచి 100 ఉన్న ఆడ్ నంబర్స్ ప్రింట్ చేయాలి. లాజిక్ ఏంటి? అమ్మాయి చెప్పలేదు. 1:2:100 అన్నారు అమ్మాయి. సో ఫస్ట్ 1కి 1 ప్రింట్ అవుతుంది, ఆడ్ నంబర్ కరెక్ట్. నెక్స్ట్ ఏమో 2 యాడ్ అవ్వాలి. 1కి 2 యాడ్ అయితే 3 ప్రింట్ అవుతుంది, అది కూడా ఆడ్ నంబరే, గుడ్. నెక్స్ట్ 5, 7, 9. సో లాజిక్ కరెక్టేనా? సిద్ధం? అర్థమైందా? సో ఫస్ట్ సీక్వెన్స్ అర్థం చేసుకోండి, లాజిక్ ఏంటో చూడండి, లూప్ ఎలా వాడాలో అర్థం చేసుకోండి. లూప్ వాడడం సింపుల్, స్టేట్మెంట్ ఫార్కి సింటాక్స్ మీరు అర్థం చేసుకుంటే రెస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ద థింగ్స్ ఆర్ సిమిలర్. క్లియర్? సో సికి ఫర్కి చూపించాను. ఫర్ లూపింగ్ సికి మ్యాట్లాబ్లో ఉన్నది. వైల్కి సింటాక్స్ ఏంటి సిలో? వైల్ కండిషన్ like for also there won't be any opening and closing braces. There won't be any opening and closing braces in MATLAB. C లో ఈ ఓపెనింగ్ క్లోజింగ్ బ్రేసెస్ కంపల్సరీగా ఉంటాయి, మీరు అబ్జర్వ్ చేయండి. సి ప్రోగ్రామ్ మనం రాసినప్పుడు ఫస్ట్ హ్యాష్ ఇన్క్లూడ్ నుంచి మొదలు పెడితే ఖచ్చితంగా మీరు ఏ స్టేట్మెంట్లు వాడినా, లూపులు వాడినా ఈ ఓపెనింగ్ క్లోజింగ్, దీన్ని మీసాల బ్రాకెట్ అంటాం, మీసాల్లో ఉంటాయి ఇలాగా, అవి కంపల్సరీ వాడాలి. సిలో, మ్యాట్లాబ్లో అది లేదు. సో కన్ఫ్యూజ్ కాకండి. మిమ్మల్ని రేపు ఇంటర్వ్యూస్కి వెళ్తే ఇవే అడుగుతారు, వాట్ ఈస్ ద ఎగ్జాక్ట్ డిఫరెన్స్ బిట్వీన్ ద సింటాక్స్ అన్నప్పుడు మనం ఇవే ఐడెంటిఫై చేయాలి. అక్కడేముంది, ఇక్కడేం లేదు. లాజిక్ అక్కడైనా ఒకటే, నువ్వు ఏ ప్లాట్ఫామ్ తీసుకున్నా లాజిక్ ఒకటే. ఫ్రోట్రాన్లో రాయు అదే లాజిక్, కోబాల్ C++లో రాయు అదే లాజిక్, జావాలో రాయు, పైథాన్లో రాయు, లాజిక్ ఒకటే. సింటాక్స్ మారుతుంటుంది. సింటాక్స్ని క్లారిటీగా డిస్టింగ్విష్ చేయగలిగామనుకోండి, ప్రోగ్రామింగ్లో మనము స్కిల్ సంపాదించినట్లే. ఓకే, నోట్ చేయండి ఇది. MATLAB program to interchange two numbers. In fact, this is the first program in the C language whenever C programming has started in the class, this is the first program everyone will explain. నాకు తెలియదు మీకు సి ఎవరు చెప్పారో నాకు తెలియదు కానీ ఎవరు చెప్పినా సి ప్రోగ్రామింగ్ ఈ ప్రోగ్రామ్తో స్టార్ట్ చేస్తారు. ఎందుకు ఈ ప్రోగ్రామ్తో స్టార్ట్ చేస్తారంటే ఇంటర్చేంజ్ ఎలా చేయాలి అనేది ఫస్ట్ లాజికల్ సీక్వెన్స్ డెవలప్ చేయిస్తారు మైండ్లో మీకు. ఇప్పుడు ప్రోగ్రామ్ ఎసెన్స్ అర్థమైందా? ఏంటా ప్రోగ్రాము? స్వాపింగ్. 2 నెంబర్స్ ఇస్తే ఇంటర్చేంజ్ చేయాలి. అంటే ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ దిస్ ఈస్ 2, దిస్ ఈస్ 3 అనుకోండి. ప్రోగ్రామ్ రాసిన తర్వాత ఇది 3 అవ్వాలి, ఇది 2 అయిపోవాలి. ఇఫ్ ఏ ఈస్ 2, బి ఈస్ 3, ఏ షుడ్ బికమ్ 3, బి షుడ్ బికమ్ 2. దీనికి మనం ప్రోగ్రామ్ రాయాలి. నౌ వాట్ ఈస్ ద లాజిక్? ఆ లాజిక్ సీక్వెన్స్ డెవలపింగ్ అనేది ఫస్ట్ క్లాస్లో చెప్తారు సి ప్రోగ్రామింగ్ స్టార్ట్ చేస్తున్నారు. ఎందుకంటే సిలో ఫైల్స్ ఎలా ఇంక్లూడ్ చేయాలి, లేకపోతే సింటాక్స్ ఏంటి, అవన్నీ చెప్పిన తర్వాత ద ఫస్ట్ ప్రోగ్రామ్ దే విల్ ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ ఈజ్ దిస్ వన్. ఓకే, ఐ విల్ ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ యూ వాట్ ఈస్ ద ఎసెన్స్ ఆఫ్ అబ్జర్వింగ్ ఆర్ డెవలపింగ్ ద సీక్వెన్స్. యూ జస్ట్ చెక్ ఇట్. అది ప్రోగ్రామ్. ప్రోగ్రామ్ పక్కన పెట్టండి, సీక్వెన్స్ ఎలా డెవలప్ చేస్తాను చూడండి. You've been given 2 numbers, A and B. You've been given 2 numbers, A and B. I want to interchange the 2 numbers. That means initially in this box A is there, in this box B is there. After end of my execution of the program, this box should contain B, this box should contain A. That's what my program. I have to write logic for that. Now what I did is, you just check. Because this box contains A, this box contains B, I took a empty box, I named as C. I took a empty box, I named as C. Now what I do is, I just want to keep this A in this empty box. What will happen? What will happen? If I keep A in this box, A will be free. A will become empty, is it not? If A will become empty, I can keep B here. I can keep B here. If B is now empty, because B is kept here, if B is empty, I can keep whatever A in this one to here. Is it not an interchange? Just check. One by step I am showing. I just keeping A in the empty box C. So what will be now? What will be now? Now A will be free. Is it not? This box will be free because A I kept here. A is free. B will be as it is. I am not touching B. First of all, I touched A only. I kept A in this empty box so that this box is now free. Why I made it free? Because I will keep this B here. Is it not? I am keeping B now in this box. What will happen if I keep B here? This box will be as it is. See, in the first step only I kept here. This will be as it is. I am not touching this. Because this box is empty, I am keeping this B here. So B kept here. Now if B kept here, what is this box now? That will be empty because this B is kept here. B empty. Is it not? B is empty now. What I do now? I just kept this because this is empty. I will keep this A here. Okay. So if I keep A here, what is this box will become? Because that will be empty because I am keeping A there. So I am keeping A here. Now just check. Originally started with AB. Now you ended with BA. Originally you started with empty box. You ended up with empty box. అండర్స్టూడ్ ద లాజిక్? ఏమీ లేదు, 2 నంబర్లు ఇంటర్చేంజ్ చేయాలి. ఒక ఖాళీ నంబర్ తీసుకోండి, ఫస్ట్ దీన్ని అక్కడ వేయండి, ఇది ఖాళీ అవుతుంది, దీన్ని ఇటు మార్చండి, అది ఖాళీ అవుతుంది, దీన్ని ఇటు మార్చండి, ఇంటర్చేంజ్ అయిపోయింది. ఇది యాస్టిజ్కి ఎలా తీసుకున్నామో అలాగే ఉండిపోతుంది. సో దిస్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ స్వాపింగ్ యూజింగ్ a third variable because I've used a third variable called C. swapping using third variable. Two variables are given. I used a third variable called C. I swapped it. Now just check with the code now. చూడండి నేను కోడ్ ఏం రాసాను ఇదే కోడ్ సింపుల్ మూడు స్టేట్మెంట్స్ కోడ్ ఎట్లా రాసాను బాగా చూడండి ఫస్ట్ ఏం చేశాను నేను ఏబి ఇలాగే ఉన్నాయి ఇది ఖాళీ పెట్టాను కాబట్టి ఏని తీసుకొచ్చి సిలో వేశాను దట్ మీన్స్ వాట్ ఐఎమ్ అసైనింగ్ ఏ టు సి ఐఎమ్ అసైనింగ్ ఏ టు సి ఐఎమ్ నాట్ ఈక్వేటింగ్ ఐఎమ్ అసైనింగ్ దీన్ని తీసుకొచ్చి ఇందులో పెడుతున్నాను సో ఏ ఈజ్ అసైన్ టు సి దట్స్ కాల్డ్ సి ఈక్వల్ టు ఏ దిస్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ అసైన్మెంట్ ఆపరేటర్ ఇఫ్ యూ హావ్ నాట్ అండర్స్టూడ్ two equal symbols is called equal one equal symbol is called assignment operator I'm assigning a to c why I written c equal to a that means a is assigned to c because I want to keep a in c because it's an empty box now what I did after that what I did after that because a is kept here now this is free b is assigned to a is it not b is assigned to a because this box is a is it not b is assigned to a because it's kept vacant empty now if b is kept here I return c is assigned to b c is assigned to b this is the c is assigned to b because this location is b c is assigned to b if I kept only in that location then only it will be interchanged is it not the logic just three statements is the logic assign a to c assign a to c assign b to a assign b to a assign c to b assign c to b enough understood this is the primary logical sequence for swapping or interchanging of two numbers only three statements is the logic but to write the three statements we should understand why I am doing that నేను ఊరికనే జస్ట్ మీకు సి ఈక్వల్ ఏ ఈక్వల్ బి బి ఈక్వల్ సి అన్నాను అనుకోండి ఏంటి మీనింగ్ ఏంటి అసలు సి ఈక్వల్ టు ఏ అంటే ఏంటి ఏ ఈక్వల్ టు బి అంటే ఏంటి బి ఈక్వల్ టు సి అంటే ఏంటి మీకు అర్థం కావాలి ఎందుకు సి ఈక్వల్ టు ఏ అన్నాను సి ఈక్వల్ టు ఏ మీన్స్ ఏ ఈజ్ అసైన్ టు సి ఎందుకు ఏని సికి అసైన్ చేస్తున్నాను ఎందుకంటే సిని ఎంటీగా పెట్టాను కాబట్టి ఖాళీగా ఉంది కాబట్టి దీనికి పెట్టాను కావాలని ఇది పెట్టాను ఎందుకు పెట్టాను అంటే ఇది ఖాళీ అవ్వాలి ఇది ఖాళీ అయితేనే దీన్ని ఇంటర్చేంజ్ చేయగలుగుతాను అండర్స్టూడ్ ఇప్పుడు ఆల్రెడీ మీకే చెప్పాను ఇప్పుడు లార్జెస్ట్ ఆఫ్ త్రీ నెంబర్స్ ఎలా రాసాం మనము లార్జెస్ట్ ఆఫ్ త్రీ నెంబర్స్ రాసాం కదా లార్జెస్ట్ ఆఫ్ త్రీ నెంబర్స్ సో ఇక్కడ ఇది లార్జెస్ట్ ఆఫ్ త్రీ నెంబర్స్ లాజిక్ ఏని బితోని కంపేర్ చేసి ఏని సితోని కంపేర్ చేసి లార్జెస్ట్ అయితే ఏ ప్రింట్ అవుతుంది ఒకవేళ ఫెయిల్ అయితే బికి సికి కంపేర్ చేసి బి లార్జెస్ట్ సి లార్జెస్ట్ ప్రింట్ చేస్తాం సో ముందు ప్రింట్ చేయాలంటే ముందు ఏబిసిని రీడ్ చేయాలి అంటే ఒక ఇన్పుట్ స్టేట్మెంట్ వాడాలి ఆల్రెడీ మీకు ఇన్పుట్ స్టేట్మెంట్ చెప్పాను సింటాక్స్ ఆఫ్ ఇన్పుట్ ఈజ్ INPUT ఓపెన్ ఏ parenthesis write single quoted enter the number which you want to enter close single quoted close the brace and then keep this entire statement to something variable called some variable here I have a so I enter a value let's say from the monitor I'll enter a equal to 10 so the 10 will be taken into a similarly I enter for b using input statement 20 will be entered so b will be 20 for enter c input statement I enter some 30 so c will be 30 now after executing the largest among 10 20 30 is 30 the answer okay fine now if I give any number to you I want to test whether the given number is even or odd how do you test I given a number to you, and you have to confirm whether the given number to you is even number or odd number. So we use an inbuilt function called mod operator. Mod of a comma m will give you the reminder, will give you the reminder, the division of a with m. If I use an inbuilt function called mod operator, mod of a comma m will give you the remainder of a division by m. సో రిమైండర్ ఇస్తుంది మోడ్ ఆపరేటర్ వాడితే. సో రిమైండర్ కనుక జీరో వచ్చింది అనుకోండి ఏమవుతుంది, ఈవెన్ అవుతుంది. రిమైండర్ కనుక జీరో కాదనుకోండి ఏమవుతుంది, ఆడ్. సింపుల్. సో ఇక్కడ చూడండి రాశాను. I just entered some number using input statement. I written that number comma 2 because why I use it 2? Always I want to divide with 2 and I will check whether the remainder is 0 or not. If I divide any number with 2, if I got the remainder 0, what is the answer? So I mod of I comma 2, if it is equal to 0, equal to 2 equals, then print the given number is even. Otherwise, print the given number is odd. Clear? Clear? So usage of mod operator for finding whether given number is even or odd. Note it. Write MATLAB code to print Fibonacci numbers. Because this Fibonacci numbers is very important, which we will write or read and write the numerical method also in the automation. Unit number 2 we will discuss. But what is Fibonacci numbers? You might have come across in C programming. If you remember, see the Fibonacci numbers are starts with 0 and 1, starts with 0 and 1, and rest of the numbers are addition of the previous two numbers. The definition of Fibonacci number is it starts with 0 1 and rest of the numbers are addition of the previous two numbers. 0 1 to start అవుతుంది. Next number will be addition of these two, 0 plus 1. Next number will be addition of these two, 1 plus 1. Next number will be addition of these two, 1 plus 2. Next number will be addition of these two, 2 plus 3. Next one will be addition of these two. Zero, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 21, so on. Now how should I write program code? నేను 1 to 1000 నంబర్స్ మధ్యలో ఉన్న ఫిబొనాకీ నంబర్స్ అన్ని ప్రింట్ చేయమన్నాను అనుకోండి, లాజిక్ అలా రాస్తాను. 1 నుంచి 1000 లోపు ఉన్న మధ్యలో ఉన్న ఫిబొనాకీ నంబర్స్ అన్ని ప్రింట్ చేయమన్నా మానిటర్ మీద, ఎలా చేస్తాం? చెప్పండి, ఎవరు చెప్తున్నారు? చెప్పండి, లాజిక్ తప్పైనా పర్లేదు, నేను హెల్ప్ చేస్తాను కదా. Very good. That is the logic. You just look at. This is what we understood the logical sequence. A plus B equal to C. Is it not A plus B equal to C? If I take this as A, I take this as B, C will be A plus B. That's what the logic. Initial logic is, if the first two numbers are fixed as A and B, next number C will be addition of these two. That's what the definition of Fibonacci numbers. Fine. So that means what? The next sequence will be, next number will be addition of these two. I am saying next number will be addition of these two. That means what? If this will be C, what are my A and B? These two should be A and B. Earlier, this is my C. Earlier, this is my C because A plus B is C. But now this is my C. That means what? This will become B, this will become A. Understood? Understood the logic? Now, what will be the next C? Next number will be C because this is addition of these two. So the next number will be addition of these two. That means if this is C, this will automatically become B, this will automatically become A. Otherwise, A plus B will not be C. The primary hypothesis is A plus B equal to C. Every time the next number will be addition of two numbers. So every time I just want to change the previous numbers as A and B only. Otherwise, I won't get the addition of the previous two numbers. Clear? Understood the logic? How I am writing? So every time this A, B, C. Ultimately, if this is my C, this will be B, and the previous number will be A. What is the logic here? What is the logic here? This is the logic. You see, I used a while statement. I can use for loop also, but what is the logic for using while or for? To run certain loops. Certain times I want to run, so I am using either while or for. Now, what is the primary thing? Primary thing is C equal to A plus B. Because I already assumed A is 0, B is 1. So I used C equal to A plus B. Now next what I done, if you look at the next number C, which is A plus B, when it goes to the next number C, this has become B, this has become A. That means what? A is now assigned to B. B is assigned to A and C is assigned to B. And this looping I kept in the while because I want to run for number of times I want to declare. For example, I told you 1 to 1000 numbers. So I want to run the looping whichever number times I want, how many numbers I want, I can use, and I run the loop and I use. So if you understand the logic clearly, you can run it. Only thing is you should familiar with the concept. Okay? Don't copy it. Don't copy it. You try to write on your own in the lab. Copying what it will give? It won't give anything. You understand the logic because in the previous program also I given the logic. How to write odd numbers, how to write even numbers, how to generate numbers. Similarly, I told you the logic of Fibonacci numbers. The sequence of numbers I have told you. Now you write the program in different ways. One way I told you like this, you can generate in different ways. The code can be written in number of ways. You try to write the code in the computer lab. The primary hypothesis is the next number will be addition of the previous two numbers. Okay, fine. So start writing because probably the computer lab is not ready to give you for MATLAB because we are working with the some NBA files. Probably by next week I'll give you the computer lab. But meantime, what you do is, because many of you are having the personal computers or laptops in your home or in your hostels. So, or even you can do the coding in the mobile itself, because every smartphone has an ability to download the MATLAB and you can run it, because they're all very simple programs. I'm not giving lengthy programs to run, for which you need the high-end computers. But it's a very simple programs. You can run it in the smartphone itself. Only thing is you should just download the MATLAB primary versions. Okay, so mobiles or personal computers or the whatever the laptops you have, you can do for a week. By next week I'm expecting the NDA work will be over, the files part, so that I can give you the computer lab completely for your lab purpose. Clear? Okay, so the next class for the simulation lab will be on the number sequences. Very important to generate the number sequences. What is the logic of developing the number sequences? Okay, so you don't miss those classes. If you miss, you cannot understand, you cannot develop the logic of printing the number sequences and subsequently the other programs. I'm not entering into the actual programs in the syllabus. I'm just giving the complete basics only. I've been started with the basics, and almost till two more classes will be basics only. Then I will enter into the actual content of for the simulation lab. Fine. So I'm stopping here. So till the part what I explained you, you try to execute in whichever format you have in your hostels or in with you. Okay.